Hi, everyone. Well, we're going to see how long this lasts because it is thundering to beat the band outside. Now, happily, we have our new windows and doors, and so we are not hearing it as loud, but I'm hearing it pretty loud, which means it is really thundering out there. So, it is, it is very kaboomish outside. Um, I do want to say some things. So, hi, my doggies are, my doggies are coming real close to me because it is very thundery. And as long as the internet holds up, we're here. Um, so yesterday we had the memorial service for my girlfriend's mom. And so my house was filled with all kinds of people I hadn't seen in a long time. And we have all friends, and it was just a really amazing and exhausting and wonderful weekend to celebrate my girlfriend and her mother and the family and friends that we've been friends for 40 odd years, which is amazing. Amazing. And there's just such an amazing group of us that so it's just that has been really remarkable, and has been very healing to my, yes ma'am, I am inside. I am safe inside my house. And we had a wonderful time today walking around this wonderful little downtown area and shopping and visiting and having lunch and stuff. So everyone is home safe, and that's wonderful. So thank you very much, Sharon. And having everyone around, people that I have been friends with for my entire life, was really very helpful and wonderful, because many of you know that I lost my former brother-in-law as well. And while things were challenging with him and his life choices, in the end, I always really did like him, and I really enjoyed having a brother. Always wanted a brother. So, and I think for a while it lasted. Stuart was a really good big brother. And I have missed him, but now that has transitioned, it's I feel very sad for my nephew, who's 19, and I feel very sad for what could have been for my sister and for our family. But I know several of you have reached out to me about my brother-in-law, my ex-brother-in-law, and I just really appreciate it. So it's very weird to have a memorial service that was going on for one person and be able to sort of tag on to it for another. And I think it's so interesting because the universe works in those ways, that the universe says, we know you're going to need this, and so here's this alignment for you so that you have the support that you need. And that's one of those things that happens. I really believe, and you've heard me say this before, the more you lean into spirit and co-creation with the universe, the more the universe can lean back into you. It is like, and I have explained this a million times, that you think about your lifelong best friends, right? And if you are lucky enough to have those people who were your best friends, who are your best friends, to be able to say, hi, lifelong best friends and new besties. If you are lucky enough to have those people in your life, these people who have been your friends that you can count on for so long, and some of the girls are watching while they're driving home, and if you are lucky enough to have those people in your life, think back to the beginning of those relationships and to be able to say, this was not how our relationship was when we first met. And yes, we have those people in our lives where we really blend with them very, very quickly. They fit in very perfectly, very beautifully. They feel like they've always been part of the group, even if they may not know all the stories, but they're listen and they're part of it, and they just blend right in, like one of our new friends. But we have these relationships that go stronger over the time because we lean into them and we trust into them. And so, when we first meet, it's like, oh, hi, nice, we're friends. But the more we lean in and we trust those relationships, the more we can lean and trust those relationships. And she's not the driver. She's not the driver. Just to clarify for Chris, who is worrying, Brenda is the watcher. She's the passenger. Karen is the driver. Brenda is a lifelong friend, as is Chris. Karen is the driver, who is a new friend. So they are fine. They are safe. I promise you, they are safe. But this is what happens. Perfect case in point when you have people who have been in your life for so long. They worry about you. They love you unconditionally. They want all the things that are best for you. And they're there. You have these relationships that you know you can lean hard into when you need something because you have that trust, that tried and true relationship. And that's the same thing with spirit. In the more that we work with the universe and the more that we can trust the universe, that I know that, that whatever it is that's happening, I may not like it. We might not like it. But whatever it is that's happening is happening for our highest and best good. Even if we can't see it right now, it's happening for our benefit in some way. I may not be able to see it right this minute. Like, how in the heck is that benefiting me right now? Dang it. Mm-hmm. But in time, 98% of the time, I have been able to see, I see how that benefits. I see how the universe, in hindsight, we can see how those cogs of the universe all fit together to bring us to that, to where we are, right? And so it's that thing that we say, yes, please drive safely, Karen and Sunny, please drive safely. But it's that thing that the more we can trust, the more the universe can do things for us. And the more the universe does things for us, the more we're able to say, you got it. I trust you. You tell me to turn left, I'm turning left, whatever it is. It gives us the opportunity to have a feeling of safety and security around us because we know there's something bigger. Call it God, Spirit, Gaia, light, love, source, call it whatever it is that is working for you. But there is something bigger that ties us together. I can't tell you, and my lifelong friends are, a lot of them are Mary Kay clients, and I appreciate that. And we have a lot of places where we, overlap lots of different things. And I had placed a Mary Kay order last week, and I didn't realize that I had over-ordered on something that I didn't think that I didn't realize I was already fully stocked on. And I was like unpacking the order before everyone got here, and I thought, oh, I'm overstocked on this. That's really weird. I don't know how that happened. And wouldn't you know that all the people that were here this weekend and the one product that everybody needed was the thing I had over-ordered. Tell me how that happens. I mean, the universe is always looking out for us. And it's just wacky little things like that we have the ability to say, oh, that's just stupid coincidence. Well, or aren't I so lucky that it worked out? I mean, gee, well, I did something stupid and boy, aren't I lucky. Or we can say, thank you, universe, for knowing in advance I was going to need a few extras of those and making sure that I had them. So putting that little niggle in my brain that says, hey, order a couple extra of those. I don't know why I did it. They weren't on my list. I just, I don't know. But when we say thank you to the universe, because the universe saw something that we didn't see, because the universe can always see something we can't see, and we say thank you to the universe is like, great, I can do more things for you now, because we can do more things for you now, because you're paying attention. There is a reciprocity that is there that is so intentional that allows us to, whether we know it or not, the universe can see what we want and what we need. And if we trust it, the universe absolutely is going to smooth the road for us. I mean, that doesn't mean there's not going to be hard times. It doesn't mean there's not going to be things that suck, because there will. And it doesn't guarantee that we're going to skate through life and nothing is ever going to be a problem, because that's just, wishful thinking. Because sometimes we need the shit show to be able to learn and to grow and to become the people that we are now. Sometimes we need the shit show to learn to trust the universe. Sometimes we need the shit show to learn to trust each other, or those lifelong girlfriends, or friends, whatever, to be able to say, I have some really good people around me. Maybe I could lean into those people a little bit more. Because one of the things that's going on our planet right now, and we're seeing a lot of this, is loneliness. And so being able to connect and to be there for each other and to say, I see you. We don't have to agree. This is not about agreement. It's not about tribalism or politics or anything. I see you. The word namaste, we say namaste. Namaste, the light in me acknowledges the light in you. I see you. I see you. I want to connect with you. It doesn't have to be about anything. And what's one of the things that we're really losing in our world right now is this ability to see each other as divine sparks of light and love. Regardless of your politics or your beliefs or your whatever, your religious background or your geographical, wherever you were raised, your spark of divine light is the same spark of divine light that's in me. We come from that same place. So this is what it means to connect with the universe. All right, so I'm going to try and motor along a little bit because the thunder up here is really bad. So Karen and Sunny and Brenda, I'm really glad you guys are heading south because hopefully you're going to have a better ride because it's really thundery up here. So I'm going to try and motor along just so we don't lose internet or power or something. So we start today as we have been the last couple of weeks, which is with the archangels. Cards, because we like to see which archangel is wanting to be involved in our world, in our communities right now this week. And this is Charity, Pillar of Service. It says service with, I need glasses, hang on. Serve with a gracious heart. Know God is serving you. Okay, serve with a gracious heart and know that God is serving you. So this is where we connect. We connect with others, and we are and so this is, there's not an archangel named Charity. This is a concept, okay, so we're not confused. There's not an archangel, so there's not a specific name to which archangel is drawn on the card. Okay, I'm so glad you're having good weather as you're driving, Brenda. Yay. I'm happy to keep the thunder up here while you all have a smooth ride home. But serving with a servant's heart, right? Being able to say, how can I serve with a gracious heart? How can I help someone else without worrying about what's in it for me? Because I know that what's in it for me is going to be something that is coming back. The universe is going to come. There's the law of reciprocity. It's one of the laws, you know, Napoleon Hill talks about the laws of laws of the universe, right? We have the law of, these are not Newton's laws, but this is like the law of the secret, right? Law of manifestation. But one of the other laws is the law of law of reciprocity. This is the law that says all you send out into the lives of others is going to come back into your own, right? In abundance. And so this is this reminder that the more that we can do to help others without worrying about like, oh, well, what's in it for me, that we're able to move forward and to be able to say, where's my car? Oh, there. To be able to say, I trust that that I'm helping somebody because I want to, or because it feels like the right thing to do, and I know that the universe is going to, you know, find a way to sweeten the pot for me somewhere else down the road, right? Something like that. And it really gives us, because when we do something nice for someone else, it really takes our focus off, because we can be so self-focused, which is it can be such a, you know, we can be self-focused that when we can take that focus off of ourselves, we really do lighten our load, right? It's like, oh, I helped somebody, I did something that made me happy, it made them happy, and it made me happy to make them happy. And we change our energy, we change our dynamic, we change our focus so that we're not so mired in all of our stuff. We can get very mired in our stuff, and when we do stuff for others, we unmire ourselves, we raise our vibration, we raise our energy, and we are allowing ourselves to be of service, which means we're allowing ourselves to connect to something higher in ourselves and in others, which then allows the universe to say, I got you, come on, reciprocity, here's something good coming back your way. So no storms in Clearwater. That is excellent, excellent, excellent. I think they're all in Orlando right now, so that's fine. We're safe in our home with our new windows and doors, so I know we're safe. So you can, if you're watching on Instagram, you might be able to see my tree out the top of my window going like this. On Facebook, let me see. So I've got my arc window up there, so you can't really see it that way, because otherwise I have to be much higher. All right, let's see what's going on else in the universe today. I will remind you that Mercury retrograde is over. Can I get an amen on that? And we are actually now just finishing. So Mercury retrograde ended on the 11th. So we are just almost to the end. By Friday, we'll be out of the window. Okay, so we'll be out of the so you know, energy does not turn on and off like a light switch, right? So as we come into Mercury retrograde, we have those 2 weeks before, we have that pre-window, we have retrograde, which happens several times a year, and then we have the post-window. And so that, again, that 2 weeks while the energy dissipates. So we're in that post-window. We're about you know, we just probably by Friday we'll be done. So you should be feeling a lot better if you are somebody who has issues with Mercury retrograde, right? Ooh, that's a big thunder. So it should be a lot better. My dogs are not happy. I know. I got you, buddy. I got you. I got an 80-pound Bernese Mountain Dog mix, and he is just, you know, and then Bo, I got my little Chihuahua, and they are just one on each side going. So, all right. So, what do we need to know that's going on in the world in this week right now? This is this card is card number 31, and the card is why. And so this is using the Wisdom of the Oracle, Colette Baron Reed's Wisdom of the Oracle deck this week. And this is card 31. So we know 3 and 1 is 4. We add those numbers together. So 4, we know 4 is a support number. 4 is a really important support number that tells us we're not alone. We have support with us. The universe is supporting us. Thinking about 4 legs of a chair or a table. So we know that we are being supported. But this is the question is why. So this is asking you to say, understand not your purpose, okay? This is not about your purpose. This is about your desires, your passions, your choices, the choices. Okay, this is not about your purpose. Okay, that's something different. But your why is about why do I want this? Why am I doing this? Why am I going in this direction? Why am I letting things bother me? So that was a big one for me this past week. Had nothing to do with all my friends. There was something else that was going on. I was getting very bothered by it. And I thought, why am I being so bothered by this? And I literally heard Michael Singer in my head, who, The Seed of the Soul, and so many other books, a couple other books that I really like. And he says, no, you're not bothered. You are allowing yourself to be bothered by the decisions that someone else is making that are right for them. And I thought, shit. Because, of course, he's right, and I love his teachings because he's so wise. But so I was being bothered, but I wasn't being bothered. I was allowing myself to be bothered by the decisions that someone else was making that were right for them. Okay, so think about that for a second. Because we can get ourselves all mad, but that person is making the decisions that's right for them, right? So here you have this card of why. And you have, again, this 4 number. The card is 31. 3 and 1 is 4. 4 is a support number. Massive support from the universe, right? It says, we're watching, we're with you, the angels, the guides, the loved ones in spirit, all of it. But it's important for us to know what is driving us. Why are you feeling upset? Why are you making the decisions that you make? Why are you going in the direction that you're going? Why? Because, and again, it's not about purpose. And it's not about passion. It's the reasoning behind it, the motivation behind it. Because sometimes we look at that and go, well, why? I'm like, well, that's stupid. Why? Why? Well, why am I being mad? Well, because I don't agree with what they're doing. But do I get a vote on that? I don't. Because that's a grown person living their life and they get to decide what they want to do. Right? So that gives us permission to release. When we look at the why, it gives us permission to release. It's like the 3 questions. Is this mine? Well, I was being mad, but it wasn't mine to be mad about. So Chris asked, what are the symbols in the sky? So these are the flags. This deck has a lot of these little circus flags. There's the question mark that's over here, right, with the wings coming out of the book. And then there is, it's kind of hard to see, but there is this little pyramid up here with the circle in it. And this card deck is also known for hidden faces. Not hidden Mickeys, just hidden faces. So there is this obelisk up here with the circle in it. Okay? And so for me, it's that circle and the triangle is that you have pointing to source, right? But we're still connected. Okay, I know there's a lot of ways to interpret the triangles and the circles, especially when you get into like Wiccans and hieroglyphs and all different kinds of, oop, here comes the rain, and all different kinds of, hey, Susie's in, right? Robert? Okay, just making sure the cat's inside. So we can really go down a rabbit hole on shapes and symbols and things like that. But for me, it is reminding us that we are connected. We are inside that pull to the light. Okay. So, and especially as this image, this obelisk is so high up in the picture that it's going right up into the sky. It's a backwards thing on the camera. This is bothering me. Okay. So what else do we need to know about, understanding our why, understanding, again, not the purpose, but why are we doing things, why are we allowing things, why, what is the question? So it's a really powerful question to ask ourselves is, why do I want this? Why is this bothering me? Why am I making this decision? What is behind it? Really helps us to understand ourselves. And so here's the next card, which is 26. Now 2 and 6 is 8. 8 is the infinity symbol. 8 tells us that we are going always with that support from the universe is basically doubled, right? 4 to 8. But at the same time, it says we have enough time. We have enough of everything. And so this card is the happy, happy card. And so here she is sitting on the egg of possibility with all the light and love coming in to her and from her, emanating out from her, and being able to say, here's the face of possibility is inside, the face of potential is inside the egg. And so you have all of these things that are going, that are lifting up and emanating out from her and filling her up, coming in to her, and then also emanating out. It tells us that everything is okay. Okay, the infinity symbol says, hey, look, things are going to go around. There's going to be more to this than what meets the eye. Sometimes we get caught up, like I said, in the minutia in like our day-to-day stuff. We forget that there's something bigger that's going on. And so the infinity number, the 8 number, reminds us that, hey, there's more, there's bigger, there's allowing things to trust in the universe, that more things are happening and that those things are developing as they're meant to be. Okay, so this says, hey, take joy in the happiness. So as you're asking yourself this why, and you're saying, well, why am I doing this? Well, if it's not bringing you joy, let it go, move it along. But sometimes we need that self-reflection of what is my motivation behind this. And it says, listen, choose joy, choose happiness, because that is a choice. You absolutely can choose. Now, even when things are hard, because there's always going to be things that are hard, even when there's things that are just really bumming us out, we can still choose joy. And this is one of the things that I talk to with my grief clients a lot, because people feel like they're not allowed to like laugh or be happy or see a movie or be, do something fun while they're in mourning. You know what? That is a choice, okay? And when we feel that we are ready to do something is up to us. I feel like I'm ready to do this. I think I'd like to do this. Maybe I don't want to do this. These things are a choice. So we can be in mourning and be in really sad, struggling situations. We can be in very strange, difficult, challenging situations. And we can still choose to be in a good mood. We can still choose to be happy. We can still choose to find those moments of joy. So even though we were celebrating something very sad this weekend of my girlfriend's mother had passed, there was still joy in it and a lot of laughter. A lot of laughter. So that is how we heal. Okay? So keeping our vibrations high by staying in place of love and gratitude and joy, those things are super healing. They're super healing. So, okay, and then what do we got to look out for? And this is the never-ending story, and this is upside down. Now, very interesting, because we had 4, we had 8, now we're going to have 10. So this card, the never-ending story, is 7 and 37. Okay, so 7 and 3 is 10. This is, okay, listen, we could be coming to the end of a chapter here. We could be coming to the end of something that has been really challenging for us, but this is upside down. But the never-ending story says, hey, listen, we're not coming to the end of this chapter just yet because we're not learning the lesson. We're not seeing what it is we're supposed to be seeing. We're not getting the gist of it yet. And so the other 2 cards, and even the servant card, what did it say? Charity. The servant card that says, hey, listen, this is about serving and helping other people, right? Understanding why we're doing the things that we're doing, what is pushing us forward, motivating us, and choosing to have joy in our lives, choosing to find the path of joy. Doesn't mean don't work hard. It doesn't mean don't go for the things you want. It does, but do it with joy. When we think and we perceive the things that we do in a day is drudgery, it is. When we perceive the things that we're doing is joy-filled, it is. I don't love cleaning the cat box. I'm super grateful my husband's been home a couple weeks because he's been taking it on. Really appreciate it. Nobody loves cleaning cat box. I love my cats. I want them to be happy and healthy. So I'm going to clean the cat box because I want them, which is a super. Well, I bet y'all saw that. So the lightning is very close. Because even with my window shade drawn, there was quite the flashback there. So I want my cats to be healthy and happy, and so I will absolutely choose to clean the cat box with joy because I love my cats and I want them to be happy and healthy. Okay, that scared me. But I bet you knew that. So here is the... Well, we're all okay. We still have power and internet. We are all okay. We are all okay. So, hi, Stephanie friend. Sorry, you just missed a big crack of lightning that scared us all to bits. So this is the never-ending story that reminds us that, look, there's always going to be something. There's always going to be goods. There's always going to be negatives. There's going to be, no panic attacks. No panic attacks on the lightning, please. We might get more. Remember, Central Florida is the lightning capital of the world, okay? So we get a lot of lightning. So this is why I keep it on. So we don't want you to see, like, all right, let's make sure everything's okay out there. Yep, we're all still here. It's okay. So, all right, it is raining now. That's good. We need the rain. Okay, no panic attacks. Okay, so there's always going to be stuff, right? But look, in this hourglass card, what's inside the hourglass is the heart, right? So there's still love. As long as we are operating from this place of love, we are always going to have enough time. We're always going to be able to work it out. We're always going to be able to figure it out. Okay, there's never-ending story tells us that things are going to continue to repeat and repeat until we have learned the lesson. Okay, and I was actually just having this conversation with somebody earlier today. I said, so you tried this and you tried this, and neither of these things worked. So let's try something in the middle. Like there was a flash. Go. There it is. Can you hear it? Okay, but we had a little more warning on that one. I saw the flash, we had a little bit more warning on that one. You're okay. Puppies are okay. Buddy, you're okay. Come here, buddy. Buddy. I would pick him up so you can see his face, but he's so big, and I can't pick him up onto my lap. Okay, so there's always going to be stuff, and until we learn whatever that lesson is that we're meant to learn in that section of our lives, which is why we have that 10, right? Because this is 37. 3 and 7 is 10, right? So 10 is the end of a chapter. It's also the start of a new chapter, right? We're getting ready to start the new chapter. But they're saying, hey, listen, we need to learn this lesson. What is it that we're supposed to learn from that situation? Maybe we're not learning it. We're not seeing it. We've got to zoom out and see this from a different perspective because we're not learning the lesson here. And so we're going to keep going around and around and around. You're going to have to keep going. Did you learn it yet? I'm reminded of the movie with Reese Witherspoon, Sweet Home Alabama, and she gets to the end of the movie, and the guy says, Josh, what's his name's character, and he says, well, I just felt like I needed to make something of my life, to be good enough for you. And she says, you about done yet? And I just always love that line because we do that to ourselves, right? We feel like we have to do this, we need to do this, we need to prove or make or do it, it's not enough, and we can turn ourselves into a snit. So we're not learning the lesson. So this is the card that's really saying to you, are you about done? Are you done screwing around? Are you ready to listen? Are you ready to pay attention to the universe? Are you ready to be part of moving yourself forward, your whole self-evolution, okay? I do feel like I want to pick one more card. I know we usually stick with 3, but I do feel like I want to pick one more card. Oh, so, okay, hilarious. So this is 25, which is 7, but it's the round and round card. So, like, in case if you weren't getting it, this is sacred geometry. This is, listen, you may be going around and around with that never-ending story, but we have a purpose, a method to our madness that says, hey, we're trying to help you. And that's one of the things, when you feel like you're stuck and why does this keep happening to me, we're not getting it. And the universe is like, we are trying to help you. We're trying to show you and put you back in these positions of the same thing happening every single time so that you are finally going to be able to learn a lesson so we can all move forward. Okay? So it's so interesting is because we had the card right before this was, we had 4, and then we had 8, and then we had 10, and then 7. So that brings us back, the 7 puts us right in front of the happy, happy card. It says, listen, if you all will get this, if you all will co-create with us and work with us and know that we're trying to help you move forward, all this stuff that's happening over and over and over again is because we're trying to help you to go forward. If you will trust us, you'll get to go right back where the happy, happy is imminent. Okay? Trust us, we're trying to bring you to a better place. Okay? All right, so that's what's going on in the wider scope of things for this week. Okay? So let's talk about what's going on with you all. So if you are ready for your own card, and we still got, power and internet, let's go forward. I can hear it sounds like the storm is maybe moving away, so phew. But if you're ready for your own card, put it in the comments. Me. Let's do a card. And hopefully everyone is not panicking. We're going to go back and watch the video immediately. So, all right, see, we can find joy in all kinds of things, right? We've just got to find the silly. We've just got to find the silly because the silly is how we heal. The joy, the laughter, that's how we connect, okay? Sometimes we take things so seriously, right? We've got to just find the silly. All right, so I've got Sharon, I've got Chris, we've got Stephanie, hello, Hello. So happy. Stephanie's in my mediumship mentorship group in New Jersey. So happy to see her pop in. All right. So Sharon was first. Sharon, blessed. 22. 22, flying on her magical shell, her magical seashell. This is, gosh, your last bouncing. Okay, fantastic. So Sharon, this is 22, which is 4, right? 2 and 2 is 4. And so you have her in her little magical snail shell, seashell, that she is flying through the universe with her hands. She's sitting in her lotus pose. She's got her hands. Have a great shift. Be safe. Kid going to work, and she's sitting. She's totally perfectly calm. She is, happy. She is just floating through. Sharon, she's just floating through, and she's allowing. Okay, I know that's a big one for you. She's allowing. Okay, Sharon. So this is 4. Remind you, you're supported, but she's allowing. Okay, and so that's going to be the big takeaway from this card, Sharon. Okay, so that's the allowing. All right, so Chris. Let me put these back in. I'm going to shuffle in. Sometimes I feel like I need to leave out the cards that we already read. Sometimes I feel like I want to put them back in. I'm just going to put them back in today. So, all right. Let me just put these back in. And so that's Sharon. We've got Chris, and then we've got Stephen. All right, so Chris, this is right side up. It's 45. So that's 9, which means we're coming to the end of a chapter here, and this is time to go. Okay, this is time to go. So this is reminding you very much to stay in your lane, to not take on the responsibility for things that are not yours. This is very much about allowing yourself permission to move forward and to let go of those things that you don't need to carry because they didn't belong to you anyway. Okay? So you have done all you needed to do for the others that were involved or whatever, and this is your time to say, I am going to love you, and I am going to let you take it from here. Okay? I'm going to let you take it from here. Okay? And we trust that other people can handle things. So one of our friends is, now that the memorial things are over, so they are enjoying a week at the theme parks, and one of our friends is a very a major theme park person, and I know she left my house this morning at the crack of dawn to be at Disney the second it opened, and I know that she will not be out of that theme park until they kick her out, last person I'm sure. And somebody asked me, and they said, well, are you driving her? And I said, no, I trust that she can figure it out. So we don't have to carry the ball for everybody, okay? And this card is saying to you, you have carried the ball. You don't have to carry the ball for everybody, okay? You can choose, but you don't have to carry the ball for everybody. And this is a 9 card that says you have carried the ball far enough. And if you look in the picture, we assume from the drawing that this wooden boardwalk that she's on is going all the way out past to the magical door in the future, right? But we can't actually see the wooden boardwalk, right? You really can't see it. So she's come to the end of that road, and they're saying, now you got to decide where you go from here. You've come to the end of that particular road, and now you get to decide where you go from here. And the universe is giving you permission to make that choice, okay? So that's for Chris. All right. So we have... All right. So Stephen says, tomorrow should be the last of the earthbound things that I said you need to wrap up. So the AC is being replaced. Everything else is, that's wonderful. Really, congratulations, Stephen. That's going to be so great for you to have all that stuff off your plate. So, and thank you for sending your AC woes our way. So we had to get our AC repaired yesterday, of course. So, just kidding. It's not contagious. So this is community. So very interesting, Stephen. This is upside down. This is card number 8. This is community. And so, Stephen, it's going to be time for you as you are getting all those earthbound things wrapped up. This is going to be time for you because this was coming upside down. It says, okay, you've been cocooning. It's time for you to get reconnected with the wider world. So, and that's interesting because we were really telling you the cards were really telling you before that we need to focus in and really just be right here. And now they're saying, okay, it's time for you to get reconnected to the outer world. Okay, so it's great timing, obviously, because the universe timing is always right. So you have, but this is also card number 8, which reminds you that you have the infinity, that you have all that support and that power behind you, but also that it's the infinite power of the universe, and that also that all the time in the world is fine. You've got all time is relative. So don't waste it, but know that you don't have to push yourself to be like, I have to do something in a certain amount of time. Now, fixing AC, of course, in Florida, for sure. But other than that, this is telling you it's time to get reconnected with the bigger world. So it may be time to go back to friends groups. It may be time to go back to something that's more communal, something like that, something about connecting with other people that is in a positive way. This is not about connecting through work and the work that you do, but this is really about allowing yourself to be connected. I know you just moved. This may be about meeting your neighbors and being part of, the community organization or something like that, so that you are being able to connect with a bigger community. Okay? All right, so we're going to do, I see you, Fatima. I do see you. Yes, we're going to come over there. We are. I see Brenda and Karen, who are my drivers right now. Sharon Goldstein, you are so welcome. So taking care of post-op pooch, same as a post-op human. I hope the puppy is continuing to recover. Really, I truly do. I hope the obstruction is getting better, and that the puppy is doing without them calling your name to bring you stuff. Maybe the puppy needs a bell, like other humans. All right, so we're going to. Hello. I'm going to do Karen first, because Karen is the driver that I was talking about before. So if you were listening, so we're going to do Karen first, so that she can just listen for a second, and then she will be able to do Brenda, who is the passenger in the car. So this is interesting because this is building blocks. Now, Karen, this is also a 10 card. So this is 2 and 8. Add together is 10. But it is upside down, the building blocks card. And this is saying you're building a new foundation. You're building the foundation for something that's new. But this is also the end of a chapter for you, coming into a new phase of your life. And this is, again, this is upside down. So the reason it's upside down is reminding you to not give your power away, that this is your foundation that you're building. You're building things the way you want them. And I do think this kind of really aligns with some of the things we were talking about at lunch today. But this is reminding you that this is your life you're building, and that this is your building blocks that you're building, and not to give that power away to somebody else, and that you can say, oh, here comes a big one, hang on. I could hear it rolling in. Okay, so this is just to remind you that you have power in the situation, and that you get to say, this is what I want and need for me, and to allow that space of compromise with the other people involved. Okay, so you're building the foundation. These are the building blocks that are right for you, and you do get to say what is right for you. Okay, and so this is the chapter. It's a phase that's ending, and we know that there's a new phase that's beginning. So this is a 2 and an 8 is the 10 card. It says this particular chapter is ending. That doesn't mean the book is ending, okay? But it is reminding you not to give your power away, okay? All right, so we do Brenda. Of course, Sharon, of course we do. We all care. Who doesn't love a puppy? We want to make sure the puppies are all okay, right? And the kitties and the bunnies and all the things. All right, so this is for Brenda. All right, Brenda, this is Observer. This is card 49. So 9 and 4 is 49, 10, 11, 12, 13, don't laugh. 13, 1 and 3 is 4. So this is a 4 card. Don't laugh when I count on my fingers. So this is a 4 card. Brenda, this is reminding you that you are being supported by the universe. You have all of that support, both tangible and earthbound, and from the spirit side, that you have this love and support that is around you, that it is safe for you to sit back, to absorb, to be the observer, to see what's going on around you, to not feel like you have to jump into every situation or fix every situation, to give other people the place to, to play, to give other people the place to stretch their wings, and that this takes pressure off of you, that you don't have to be the one to fix it all. Okay, this is time for you to watch. This is time for you to look around. This is time for you to see what's next for you. This is time for you to just drink it all in, without feeling like you need to be in control of all the situations. So this is the observer, because here he is sitting on top of the egg of possibility, okay? And he's sitting and he's looking through his spyglass up at the moon, and there's not a worry there. It's a beautiful starry night. There's no clouds, there's no tumult. This is about relaxing and allowing things to unfold and not feeling like we have to fix or control every situation. So this is about giving a break and just allowing yourself to just sit back and breathe it in and just observe and learn and enjoy what's going on around you. Okay? So I love this card for you. I love this card for you. All right. So we have, okay, Kimmy, I see you. And Maria says, I so needed to hear this. Jesus says, with the thunder, yes. The thunderous Jesus is saying yes. I love it. We'll take it. We'll take it. Master teachers can come in anytime. So, all right. So, Kimmy, I'm going to pause here on the Facebook side. I'm going to jump over to the Instagram side for a real quick second, and we're going to get Fatima's card, and then we're going to come right back to Kimmy. Okay. So we have, so the blessed card comes up again, and we just did this card. So the blessed card comes up again. I'm going to come right behind it because I know you just heard that card, and everybody's like, I want my own card. That is your own card, but I'm still going to pick another one. This is mending. This is mending. And so this is 5 and 2 is 7. So this is saying, listen, there's a change in the direction here. Okay, 7. People look at 7, they're like, ah! Okay, we're not looking like that. Okay, we're looking that there is a curve in the road. There is a change in your situation that says you're going to need to or have the opportunity to rebuild a relationship somewhere. But know that this is going to shift your life. Your life is going to shift. That's going to create this opportunity for you to create, to rebuild a friendship or rebuild a relationship. Remember, boundaries are really important. But this is saying this is a peaceful mending. This is going to come naturally. But there is a change in the road. There's a bend in the road with 7 that says we're going to move in a new direction with 7. Okay, it says it's not a bad thing, but we're going to move in a new direction. It's going to give you the opportunity to reconnect or rebuild a bridge with somebody where that bridge was, damaged or broken in the past. So this is a great opportunity card for you. So I love that. So keep that as a very positive, happy card. So, all right, Kimmy. All right. Kimmy, this is Orphaned, card number 5. Okay, 5 is that middle of the road number. Okay, 5 says we're not going forward, we're not going backwards, but we are in there, just trying to slog it out, trying to see what's next. And so this is a decision time, okay? And it also reminds you, Kimmy, you're not abandoned, okay? The orphan card is not about being abandoned, okay? You've not been abandoned, but it is a time to pull back. It's a time to go inside to say, what is it that I really want for me? What is it that's important to me? I want to shut out all of the other noise and really get clear about what it is that I want, and that people have been removed from my space right now or in my life right now because they're not serving my higher purpose, right? We can look at people and say, like, gee, whatever happened to that person? That person was removed from our life because they were not a positive influence. They were perhaps toxic, and so those people can be removed because Spirit is loving us and trying to help protect us, right? But orphan does not mean abandoned, okay? Orphan is not, no, she is not sitting there sobbing her little eyes out. She's sitting on and I know this because she's sitting, it's so cute because she looks like she's got a little beak, like it's a duck. The little swan of Swan Lake, right? And so she's sitting and she's going internal and she is just breathing and she is allowing her innermost thoughts to come to the surface, because sometimes it's just too loud and we're not listening to ourselves, and we do need to slink off to ourselves in the woods. Okay, it may be a little foggy, but here's this tree of growth, okay, this beautiful green tree of growth. Okay, and there's growth and some snow on the ground that says this is a new season. This is a season of going inside and really listening to what our heart is trying to say to us and what our higher mind, our inner guidance is trying to say to us. Okay, so this is, Kimmy, this is a time of self-reflection for you. Almost dropped them. Okay. All right, we've got Lauren. Steve says, love it. He's been stuck at home a lot lately. All right, well, when right till the thunder goes, and then you can, hop on outside. So... you're welcome, Chris Judd. And it's okay because, we don't have to know what the thing means right now. I always tell you, if the card doesn't resonate for you right this second, that is totally fine to, not, if it doesn't click right in, you know, because I always tell people when they come and sit down on my couch, like, we don't expect you to have sort of a psychic Rolodex of every person that you've ever, like, known that's in the spirit world. So when spirit comes through, you're like, oh, I know exactly who that is. A lot of times it becomes clear later. So if you have gotten a card reading and it's not making sense to you right this second, that is okay, because it will be clear in its time. And that could be tomorrow, or that could be, you know, somewhere before next week. So, Kimmy, you are welcome. You are welcome. All right, we've got Lauren and Maria. I saw your comment. So, Lauren. Fatima, we did your card. We just did your card. I'm sorry, please, if you missed it. I'm so sorry, but definitely you'll be able to catch it on the replay because I see your secondary comment. And so, Lauren, we have. Oh, I love this for you. This is New Life, but it is upside down, and this is 39. So this is 9, 10, 11. 9, 10, 11, 12, which is 3. Okay, so 3, you've talked to, heard me say before, because I know you've been with me a long time. 3 is about that. There's more there that meets the eye, right? So I always talk about 3 like a butterfly you're seeing in profile, and then it opens up its beautiful wings, and now you can see there's so much more going on there. So Lauren, there's more going on here than meets the eye, but this is upside down. This is saying new life, and I know you've embarked on new adventures, which is fantastic. Keep your clarity. Don't get pushed off to the side trying to in the new in developing your new space. Don't get pulled in so many directions that you are becoming the octopus, that you are trying to be all the things to all the people, so that you are forgetting the values that, or being distracted from the values and the things that were part of having a new life in the first place. Now with school just starting, and I know there's a young one with you, this is going to free things up for you to be able to see the business and work the business in a different way, because your little business partner is now going to have their own things to occupy them from 8 to 3. So this is saying, okay, listen, don't, yes, it's okay to play, but keep your eye on the ball, and try to keep the focus as things look a little different right now, now that your daughter's in school, that you still want to stay in your lane and make sure that you are keeping yourself going in the direction that is the direction that you're choosing to go in. And this is 39, so again, 9, 10, 11, 12 is 3, says there's more unfolding for you than what meets the eye right now. So allow this, right? Stay in your lane and allow those things to come to you, and try not to try and be all things to all people. All right, what is 9? Okay. You don't have to be all the things to all the people. You want to stay in make sure you're staying in your lane, okay? All right, so Catherine and, excellent, okay, Catherine. Higher power! Okay, this is 4. We've talked about 4 a lot today. This is 4. Now this card is very subtle. You can see her in there with her ajnas all lit up, her third eye, and really tapping into the higher source, tying into higher guidance. She's thinking. She's just emanating light and love and beauty. She's being surrounded by all that beautiful pink puffy clouds. So this is reminding you to tap in, get quiet, tap in. Okay, my favorite question is, what do I need to know today to help me move forward, for my highest and best good, to help me move forward on my path? What do I need to know today for my highest and best good to help me move forward on my path? And so this is saying, tap it in, get quiet. What do I need to know today for my highest and best good to help me move forward on my path? They're like, hey, Catherine, we've got some stuff for you. Tap in, okay? All right. Oh, Sharon, that is great news. Anytime we take a cone off a dog, that is great news. That's great news. All right. Oops, what did I just do? Maria. All right. You're welcome, Brenda. You're welcome, Maria. All right. Okay. Maria, upside down, regeneration. Another 10 card. Really interesting. Another 10 card, okay? So this is regeneration, was also coming in upside down. So Maria, again, allowing things to unfold, knowing that sometimes we got to burn it down to be able to, have new growth. I gotta tell you, so I may have mentioned a couple weeks ago, I was very excited about a flamethrower because I was tired of the weeds in my garden. So I bought a flamethrower, and it's not like, it's like a little directed torch, and you can kill the weeds, and it's been really, really great, except for the torpedo grass. It's not, yes, it burns up the torpedo grass, but then it just seems like they just come back so fast. Sometimes you've got to burn it down or allow it to just get, in order to let new growth come. Okay, so Maria, this card it comes in upside down. It's saying to you, hey, listen, if it feels like things are falling apart, it really maybe things are falling into place. Okay, so don't stress if things are, burning up. It is okay because we're making room for new growth. Okay, so don't stress, because this is also a 10 card that says 6 and 46. It says we're coming to the end of a chapter and something new is waiting to be birthed. Something new is waiting to be born. Okay, so this is really important. So just allow that things are coming together and keep that faith. Okay. All right. So where am I? Catherine. All right. Okay, Catherine. Okay, Catherine asked me for a card a couple of times. Okay, got it. You're welcome, Kimmy. So, and thank you, Chris, for a math hack. I'm not going to remember that. I have fingers, they work. I said Jesus as soon as it thundered. Well, look, he is a very trusted and wise, loving, ascended master. So, I am Jewish, but I still believe the man had a lot of good things to say. So, all right, let's wrap it up with a little, before we get too much thunder going on here. Let's pull one more card for the collective to wrap it up for everybody. And this came in regeneration again, and then I pulled right behind it, came in the community card. So I want to pull one that we haven't gotten yet today. Aha, go the distance. So we talked about regeneration. We talked about community. Yes, Ellen Jane, I will come back for you to do a card for you. Absolutely. So this will be our wrap it up card will be go the distance. So we say it's go the distance. I'm putting it down so we can do a card for Ellen. And then we'll come right back to go the distance because that will be our wrap-up community card. So this card is going to be a change in the wind. And this is 3. So this card is 12, Ellen. And so 1 and 2 is 3. And we just finished talking about 3, about how there's more to that situation than meets the eye. So this is, again, upside down. A lot of things upside down today. This is a change in the wind. So this is reminding you that things are changing, but they may not feel like they're changing for the better, but they are. We're going to let them unfold, okay? There's more to that situation than is meeting the eye. Allow things to develop because, look, we have the zebra, right? But he's got his little house on top. He can see all the little love hearts that are coming out, and the shingles may be blowing off the roof, or the leaves are going, but he's still got his house, and everything is still okay. The house is not falling off of him. He's still going okay. So it's really important that you're trusting that things, when they change is hard, okay? Even if it's change that we want, change is hard. So allowing ourselves to say, okay, I may not like this, but I'm trusting the universe that is for my higher good, okay? And I'm allowing this to unfold. Okay, it's so hard to know if change is for the better or not for the better, or if it's going to be easy or hard until we're on the other side of it, which means we have to go through it before we can even understand it, okay? So our instinct is to say, change, right? And then we say, okay, well, then we get to the other side and go, hopefully that wasn't so bad, or now that really I can see where that made a big blessing, right? So this is Ellen reminding you to allow things to unfold, okay? That there's more going on here than meets the eye, that it's helping you to move forward in a new way, to a change in the wind, to a new place, a new way, to allow things to come into a new development, okay? So this is reminding you that we've got this, okay? So we may be blowing stuff around, it may be very dark and stormy out there. It's not in this card. It's very sunny, actually, in this card, okay? Because you can see all the sun coming up and the light coming through. It says, trust us, okay? We're not going to blow your house off. We're not going to blow the roof off your house, okay? So, all right, Belinda, yes, of course. You guys know I don't like to turn people away. All right, so we've got deep knowing. This is 43, so that's going to be 7. So we talked about 7 before, Belinda, so you might need to go check the replay, but basically with 7 is a change in direction, okay? So it's not going to be like some big, like, okay, like that. It's not, we draw 7s, we make this sharp right turn, right? This is not going to be like that. No worries, no worries. So this is this change in direction. Okay, so deep knowing. So here we have the moon, we have the planet, we have the owl of wisdom. Okay, we have guidance coming above and below. We have wisdom inside. This is telling us that we are being supported above and below as with wisdom and discernment, and that this smiley face that's here, and these are the full circles. It says we're not only half being supported, we're being fully supported in this beautiful starry night. Okay, we've got all the stars. It says, listen, there's a change in direction that's coming, but just trust us, because you know in your heart that this change is in the direction is something that's needed and overdue. Okay, so Belinda, this is change in direction direction for you that says this is overdue, and so we're bringing it to you because it feels like you weren't ready to go and get it for yourself, to say, you know, I need to make a change. The universe is like, all right, we're going to change it for you. We're going to make it gentle for you, but there is a change in direction that's coming for you. Okay, coming to you. Okay, it's not coming for you, it's coming to you. Okay, all right, so we're going to jump back over to go the distance, which is 47, which is going to be 11, because I know that 7 and 4 is 11. So this is going the distance. This reminds us that we don't give up. Okay, things might be hard, things might be good, things might be, you know, that famous saying, this too shall pass. So guess what? This so wonderful, marvelous, fabulous, happy, joyous thing, this too shall pass. Okay, this horrible, awful, terrible, you know, the worst thing ever in the world, this too shall pass. Okay, so we appreciate the good, we, you know, appreciate the bad. We appreciate the things that are challenging because they help us also appreciate the things that are blessings, that are good. And all the things have the potential to be good, and all the things have the potential to be bad. How do we want to interpret, and how do we want to welcome that in? Are we going to receive things with love, or are we going to receive things with everything sucks? Or well, what is it, that famous quote that says you can act like everything is a miracle or like nothing is a miracle, right? And so that becomes up to us. So this reminds us that regardless of what is going on in the world or in nations or in our lives, that we can keep going. We trust, because you can be looking at this jaguar. He is flying over all these little sand dunes, but it is a beautiful sunny day, and this is a smooth sailing. This cat is smooth sailing to that finish line. Okay, this is, listen, where you are going, where you are headed, the universe wants to help you to get there, and this cat is flying to get there, and all we got to do is just keep on going. Keep the faith, keep connected to our higher guidance, keep connected to each other, to people. Okay, again, it's not about agreeing necessarily, but it's about coming together in a place of love and support, okay, and being good humans, right? And so I will leave you with that. Lots of thunder. If you are out, you know, in the Central Florida or Florida area, please make sure you're being safe, because there's lots of rain and thunder up here in Central Florida, so we want everyone to stay safe. Remember, this is about what we're giving out into the world, because we started with the charity card. This is, listen, be of service to other people, because when we do that, the law of reciprocity is going to bring back to us mountains and mountains of love, abundance, joy, health, happiness, wealth, all of it. Okay? Believe it. Absolutely believe it. Really. There's some things that are happening around here I can't really, you know, it's not necessarily appropriate to share. There's some things that are happening around here I can't even believe. Like, thank you, universe. Thank you. Okay? And the more we say thank you, the more the universe says, oh, you want more? We can give you more. More abundance, more abundance. Okay? So the more. Okay? So you are so welcome, Belinda. Big decisions, you got it. Just from a place of love. That's not easy. I know it's not easy. So please don't think I'm sitting here being all Pollyanna. Okay, I get it. Boy, there are some people that are hard to love. They make it hard to love. Okay, but then there's some people that make it easy to love, and it's a choice for us to be able to say, you know what? I receive this person for whatever they're going through, and I'm just going to try and love in their direction. And maybe that's at arm's length. Maybe I need to love them at arm's length. Maybe I can't love them the way I used to. Maybe I don't want them loving me the way they used to. Okay, but we're still going to be receiving and sending love to even the people who make it difficult. Okay? Okay. And on that note, always please remember how very much you are loved. You are loved. Thank you for choosing to spend some time with me on a Monday afternoon. Stay safe, stay dry. You are loved. I will see you next week. Mwah. Have a great week.